Hi everyone, welcome to day two of Tips for Successful Life Living. Tips for Successful Life Living, day two. Today I'm going to be talking about the KLT sequence. KLT sequence is what I'm talking about today. And KLT stands for know, like, and trust. By the definition, a sequence means that something is to follow a particular order. That is saying that knowing someone comes before liking, and liking comes before trusting. But the problem we have in the world that we live in is the fact that a lot of people think they should be trusted before people get to know them or like them. And it's very important to want to be trusted because trust is the foundation of so many things. It's the foundation of relationship, and we know that if you don't have a relationship with somebody, you can't really lead them. Hence, trust is very important. We can all say that for sure. But then, the real thing is that it's most likely a very difficult task to try to get to the level of a trust without making effort for people to get to know you, to like you, and to trust you eventually. So it's like the first step is knowing, second step liking, and the third step is trusting. So now that we've really understand and agree that this should be the step, what is knowing about? Knowing is just as it's stated, you make an effort for people to get to know you, know your story, and knowing in this context does not really mean my name, knowing my name, knowing your name, just like most people who assume that if you know somebody's name, you actually know them, meaning that they have to know your story. You have to be able to tell your story. And even in big companies that are doing so well, they will tell you that one of the reasons that they've been able to connect with their clients and get sales done in a very good fashion that is profitable is because they've been able to tell their story. So as someone, for people to get to know you, you have to practice telling your story, being comfortable to tell your story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we know this is life. Everything should not be perfect. If it's perfect, then it's not life. So that entails being vulnerable, saying something that you probably not be so comfortable to say, and connect with people at that level whereby you, while you're trying to say that, you're also finding out that somebody is also experiencing something that you've experienced, and before you know it, you're not just communicating, you're connecting with somebody, and they feel that you're a person, you're a real person, you're not a machine or a robot, so to say. That's so knowing is clear. What you need to do to know, put yourself out there, tell your story in any way you can. Writing. Some people are comfortable with writing. Some people are comfortable with just speaking like this. Let people know you. Let people know your story through whichever means that you feel comfortable for them to know that. And then after people know your story, the next step is hoping you get liked somehow. Hoping that people like you. That's the part that you cannot really control, unfortunately. But I think the second stage that entails liking can really come together if the first stage is done very well. Because again, liking means that people can connect with your story. Liking means that they can see that you're a person, you're not somebody that is living in another planet. You're not like somebody, some people who act as if this health is not where they live. They just pass. They're just not so engraved in getting to know people around them and things like that. So just not portraying yourself as somebody like that, I think that will probably make liking something that is gonna be a successful endeavor. Then when people like you, then the next stage is now deciding whether they're gonna trust you. And most people tend to trust if they get to know your true self, and also just getting to know your story, and trying to connect with you at a higher level, and also being your authentic self at that point will also make you probably earn their trust at some point, and that takes some time. And the whole point is to just know that going directly to trust level is something that is not impossible, but it's not the right way to do it. Most people who actually go through these three steps, they go through knowing first, liking, then trusting, such that at the trust level, you're interacting with somebody over time, and you've known what their values are, they've known what your values are, and things like that. Eventually, they can decide to trust you, and at the level of trust is when you can know that you're making progress, and that's the point where most things get done. You have business partners that you trust. You have people that you can put in care of certain things, and before you know it, you're developing your network, and people can just say, well, if this person is in charge of this, then things are going to be done, because you're going to try to say what you're going to do, and you're going to do what you're going to say, because over time they've seen that that's what you're going to do. That's where trust comes in, and that's a game changer for most people. If people can trust you, then you can get a lot of things done. Again, to summarize what we're talking about today, in case you're just joining, today I'm talking about the KLT sequence. K stands for know, L stands for like, and T stands for trust. That means that in order for you to get most things done, you have to try to move up the step from know to like to trust. Let people know you, tell your story, connect with people at a level that shows that you're human. Then during this connection, let everything flow normally, and they'll see if they get to like you or not. And if they get to like you, most of the time they try to consider if they want to trust you. And if you're authentic, your values are there, you put it all there, and they see what you have to share, you earn the trust. And when you earn the trust, then you're in a good path to get a lot of things done, because most people will like to interact with somebody they can trust, and they can have a business partner, they can have association, they can put things in your care that they know will be achieved, and you're going to give good results at the right time. Thank you for listening to the KLT sequence on day 2 of Tips for Successful Living, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.